Good evening and welcome to the channel. It is a beautiful evening down here on Jomtien Beach. It's a little bit windy, but it's nice and cool. Now, I wanted to make a follow-up video to the video I made a few days ago. I made a video about things that I don't like here in Thailand, and my subscribers commented on quite a few things that I missed out and quite a few things that they don't like. So this video is 10 things that my subscribers don't like about living in Thailand. Now, the first thing was soy dogs. Now, the dogs on the beach, they're used to being around people and they never really have a problem with people, but down some of the side roads or some of the back streets on the dark side, a lot of the dogs there, they see strangers as intruders. And I've known 2 people in 6 years that have been bitten by soy dogs. I don't know anybody that's had rabies. But a lot of the dogs around the temples as well, they're actually guarding the temple. So do be careful of soy dogs down the back street, especially if you're out riding your push bike at night. My friend Captain Colin, he said about mosquitoes. Yes, mosquitoes can be a problem here. You can buy this spray in the 7-Eleven, which comes in an orange container called Active Off or Off Active. And if you're in the UK, do pick up something called Jungle Formula, which is a lot better, but it's a bit expensive, so you might want to wait until you get to Thailand and just buy the off-active one from the 7-Eleven. Most 7-Elevens sell that. My friend Richard in Chiang Mai said about the smelly drains. Now, that is true. The drains down in Pattaya do smell a bit, but it becomes a familiar smell that you miss when you go back to England. Believe me, it's it's one of those things, the familiar smell of Pattaya. Someone mentioned the roads. Now, the highways and the main roads are well maintained here, but some of the smaller roads are not, that is true, but they don't get used a lot, so they don't have a lot of money invested into them. Another thing someone mentioned was the police, how they don't seem to want to enforce the law. However, they're very willing to stop you when you're on your motorbike and fine you for whatever reason. So I've never had that experience. I do hire a car some weekends, but I don't ride a motorbike anymore. Not since I fell off and broke my collarbone. Another thing one of my subscribers mentioned, and is something that I've mentioned before, and that's people walking around with no shirt on. Now, most of the people that come to live here are in their later years, and we don't look great without our shirts on, so best to keep your shirt on. In fact, in Thailand, the only place that you really are permitted to be shirtless in public is actually on the beach. You're not supposed to be shirtless walking up the road, and it does get frowned upon by the Thai people. Garbage. Yes, Thai people do seem to leave their garbage about. It's not so much the foreigners, it is the Thai people. They leave their plastic on the beach, even though there are these big containers on the beach road that they can easily put their rubbish in, but they don't. They leave their rubbish on the beach. Foreigners that are always complaining, and this is true. Some foreigners just don't stop complaining. They come to this beautiful place and all they do is complain about it. There's always something for them to moan about. Okay, number 9 is traffic. Now, I know in Bangkok, traffic comes to a complete standstill sometimes. And there's a lot of traffic here in Thailand. On the Na Jomtien road here, down at the end of the beach road, it sometimes gets jammed because 2 coaches carrying tourists are trying to get through, and it's a very small road. So yeah, traffic can be a problem here. So expect that if you want to drive here. Now, the final thing is something that I wanted to add, and that is people walking around smoking ganja without any consideration for anyone else. It's getting a bit much now because so many places just smell, and there's more weed shops on the beach road now than massage shops. But remember, it's not legal here. No matter what you've heard, it's not legal. It's decriminalized. You can still get fined, although no one seems to be getting fined for smoking it in public. But it's not very nice. But that's something that I hope they do crack down on. But anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you for everybody who contributed in the comments. I really enjoy making videos. I really appreciate that you give me a reason to make videos, and I do appreciate all your likes and comments, and I do try and reply to every single one. So thanks again, and have a great week or a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.